Okay, I have such an important question for you. Where are you giving away your energy? And this is a big one, especially when we're talking about the soul leadership qualities. So, a couple of years ago, this was a couple of months before I became pregnant with our daughter, I made a very clear decision. And I made the decision that I was no longer gonna give my power away to any circumstances outside myself. And the months leading up to that point, I was really in an energetic space where I felt like I was sort of a victim of the circumstances. I was a victim of like all the eclipse going on, and then the new full moon, and then the new moon, and oh my goodness, and then there was this going on, and then there was that going on, and it felt like there was never the perfect moment. And then I realized we were in Venice. I had read a book, and in this book, this woman had a goal, a desire she wanted, and it didn't went her way. And then at the end, she just sort of decided like, okay, maybe it's not for me. Maybe I just have to let it go, and I'm not gonna do it. And that was the freaking end. And I was like, oh my God, how can you make this the end? How can you make this the end? I am not a quitter. Never, ever. If I desire something, I make it happen. And it made me realize that a lot of people, when the going gets tough, they tend to quit. And I think that is a very big difference between a soul leader and any other type of person. And I'm not judging that one is better than the other, but for me personally, giving up on a desire, giving up on a dream is never an option. So I have waited for my baby for I feel like 20 years, right? My husband and I have been together for a very long time. And he was just he was never energetically there. He was always like, yes, well, in the future. And he always says to me now, you have been so freaking patient with me. And I have been so freaking patient. But imagine this. What if I would have given up? What if I would have been after a couple of years, oh my God, I'm never going to get him on my side. How am I going to do this? Oh my God, I might as well just end this relationship or give up on my dream of having this beautiful baby. No, I never gave up. I always felt in my heart that we were going to get our beautiful daughter at the exact right moment. And I realized that in order to maintain faith in whatever it is that you desire, it needs a clean energy. And when you become insecure about something, we tend to look outside ourselves. We tend to look outside ourselves and be like, okay, what is causing the freaking fact that something is not going my way? And this can be about if you want to manifest a relationship, or if you're leading your business to a certain level and you're like, oh my God, why is this not happening the way I envisioned? Or if you're running a team, or I don't care what it is that you want to manifest or what you're trying to accomplish. When things don't go our way, we as humans tend to look outside ourselves, and we tend to become a victim. I mean, it doesn't matter on what level you play. We do this all the time. And yesterday I wrote a piece on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's sophiedipmar.official. And I shared a piece that I wrote with Rose. And for those of you who are new to me, Rose is actually the name I have given that part of myself that can really communicate very easily with the other realm and with these spirits and all that stuff out there, and who can very easily download information. And in 2019, I have written a book in Holland and I published it myself. It's called The Instructions to an Enlightened Life. And in that book, I have a dialogue with Rose. And I ask the questions and they answer it from a very beautiful and profound way, like really next level stuff. And I hadn't written in that way for such a long time. And all of a sudden yesterday, I felt so cool to do that again and to share it on Instagram. So if you want to read that dialogue, go there. But for me, it really enables me to sort of allow myself to be vulnerable and allow all the emotions that I feel around stuff to be brought to the light. I feel like a lot of the times we want to suppress feelings, but when we suppress feelings, we actually attach to them. So I really love just like being very open about everything I feel. And even though I'm running a very successful business, and even though I'm having a beautiful audience, and even though I'm running beautiful groups and masterminds and all of that stuff, I have a lot of insecurities. And I go through phases that I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why isn't stuff going my way? How am I ever gonna be okay? Like, I have those emotions. I have those thoughts. I have those feelings. And being honest about them, venting them to either my mentor or to you guys or to my friends, to whoever I feel that is so aligned, that is like a match to hear those things, it helps to stay unattached to them. Because when we feel ashamed to share our emotions, we're attaching. Because then we come up with this story around, okay, like a true soul leader does not have any insecurities. Of course, a soul leader has insecurities. That's what makes us soul leaders, right? We have the insecurities, we feel the fear, and we do it anyways. That is what a soul leader is. There's nothing brave about not having a fear and then doing it. There's nothing brave around that. It is brave to feel the fear and do it anyways. To be at the top of the cliff and be like, oh my God, I can't make this jump, and then jump anyways. That is what a true soul leader is about. True soul leadership is not about avoiding fear or trying to get to a state that you never feel uncomfortable, or you never have any fears, or you never have any sadness or whatever. No, it's like you want to feel those emotions and then make brave moves. That is where soul leadership is about. So my question for you, where are you leaking your energy? Where are you giving your energy away? It can very well be that you are leaking your energy or giving your energy away by resisting emotions, by not allowing yourself to feel emotions that every human being feels. It really doesn't matter. I mean, I don't even care if you're the president of the United States. We all have insecurities. But it's the way we deal with those insecurities that makes you a soul leader or a non-soul leader, right? So this is a decision you get to make today. What fears am I feeling? Where am I giving power away? Another example of where I gave my power away a lot of the times is really looking to astrology or card decks or all that kind of stuff to tell me if something was soul aligned for me. And I stopped doing that. I mean, yes, of course, there are cycles going on. And sometimes there are energetically things going on. But I made a very clear decision a couple of years ago to no longer let that define me. Because, oh my goodness, there's always something going on. Then the one eclipse stopped and then the other one comes. And it's like, oh, freaking goodness. Now I can manifest again because now this eclipse is happening or this full moon is happening. No. Of course, you can take it into consideration. Of course, you can understand that sometimes things need a little bit of air and sometimes things need a little bit of space. But at the end, you decide. And you can make the decision like, am I going to be a victim of all my circumstances? Am I shameful fearful or embarrassed about the emotions I'm feeling? Or am I stepping up as the soul leader and saying like, no, fuck. Yes, things are going on in my life. Not everything is perfect. I have emotions. I have insecurities. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I have this meditation in my book. And in this meditation, I bring you to this cliff. And then you stand all the way on the top of the cliff. And it's like a waterfall. And you look downstairs and you see all these beautiful souls waiting for you downstairs. And it's like, oh my God, come here. This is like the paradise. And we're waiting for you. And you can feel yourself being drawn to them. And you really want to go there because that is where your desire is. But you are so afraid to make that jump. You are afraid to make that jump. And then you have this other option to walk downstairs. And the walk is a very rough patch, right? There are like trees and tigers, and it's not a fun journey. But we think it's a safer journey, right? Because we don't have to jump. So a lot of people take that route and they're like, okay, I'm not ready to jump yet, so I'm taking the B route. 1 second, somebody wants to drink. Well, here. So we're taking the B route, but then you encounter all these tigers and all these distractions, and some people don't even ever make it till the bottom of that waterfall because like life gets them along the way. Like they take the other route, but like they get swallowed up, they get lost on that route. But then those people who jump, oh my goodness, like paradise, like the rainbow appears. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. So my question for you today is, are you going to take charge of your life? Are you going to stop being a victim? Are you just going to admit to yourself, okay, I'm freaking scared of this thing I want. I'm freaking insecure. I find this uncomfortable. But fuck, I'm going to do it anyway. This is your invitation, sister, to rise up, to start doing that thing that you have been wanting to do for so freaking long. And I don't care I don't know what it is for you. It might be you standing up to, your colleagues and saying like, okay, this is where I stand for. Or it might be you telling your team members that you are not happy with how they are functioning. And maybe you haven't been doing that because you were afraid to lose them as your staff. Maybe you are working with a client that doesn't feel so aligned at all, and you really want to say to her or him, this is the end of our relationship, but you're afraid to do that because you are financially attached to that person. Or maybe you want to join a beautiful 100K prep mastermind, like the mastermind I have going on. And we're starting the end of November. And maybe you're like, oh my goodness, this is like something that is calling me so much. But I feel insecure. I feel insecure about the investment. I feel insecure about what it's going to trigger for me. I can't seem to make the decision. Yes, your mind, of course, is keeping you stuck in your mind. That is the whole purpose of the mind. The mind wants to survive. The mind doesn't want you to change. I mean, that's the whole reason why we don't have like millions and millions and millions of soul leaders. A lot of the people they get stuck in their mind and they never get out because that's how we are designed. But a true soul leader understands there's nothing to be lost and everything to be gained. This is your calling. This is your calling to start doing what you want. To make the decision once and for all and be like, fuck it. I don't care what is going on energetically, spiritually, in my life, in my mind. I decide. Envision your soul right now and just see how she like overrules your mind. And she's like, I will lead. I will guide. Let yourself be guided. This is a powerful one. You are the chosen one. And this is the time. So imagine this. You, me, and 5 other amazing soul leaders at a beautiful high-end location, surrounding ourselves with beautiful richness, beautiful food, beautiful energy, beautiful surroundings and conversations, really setting you up to make those 100K months. This is for the beautiful soul leaders who are ready to scale their business, who are ready to leave the beautiful platform you have been on behind and move on to the next beautiful level that is awaiting for you. This is your time.